talking to Chris Isaak in about half hour here. Do you know what singers influenced his life the most? Think about it for just a moment. Let's go to Sal Castaneda and find out how traffic's going. Because I know you like Chris Isaak a lot, too, so maybe you have an idea what singers. But give us the traffic first.
Okay, and Ross, oh, by the way, the answer, Ross, I think, would be maybe Roy Orbison.
Oh,
Roy
come on.
Orbison.
Now, that's what we
We
get.
all are saying. I just wrote it down right there.
Well, I'm sure that if you asked Chris Isaak who influenced him, one of the singers, he would say Roy Orbison. That is not the one I read.
And you might say Elvis, but that's not the one.
All right, I'm good. It's not Elvis. Let me do the weather here first.
Right.
Going to talk with us in about a half hour. There are three singers that were mentioned. Buddy Holly is not one of them.
Oh, darn.
Bing Crosby.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Dean Martin.
Strange.
Yeah. Louis Prima.
Before our time. I know who you mean.
Yeah, Louis Prima and Keely Smith. Wasn't it Louis Prima and Keely Smith that had the... Well.
Now, this is before my time. I guess
Thank you.
the final Jeopardy answer is I didn't get it.
Who would have you
How
said,
much did I
Steve?
wager?
Who do you think would have been the influence on Chris Isaak?
Louis Prima. It was Louis Prima, Keely Smith, and the...
Welcome back to Mornings on 2. The time now is 8:44. Well, Chris Isaak lives in San Francisco, but he is known all over the world as a successful rock star. His first big hit being Wicked Game. And today he's touring the country by satellite talking about his new release, San Francisco Days, and he joins us this morning from New York City. Good morning, Chris Isaak.
Hi, how you doing, Ross?
Seems strange that you live in San Francisco, yet we can only talk to you when you're in New York.
I know, I want to get back home. I miss it.
Yeah.
I've only been there about a month maybe in the past year. I've been on the road touring, and I was in Kathmandu making a film, and between both of those things, it's just been no time at home.
Well, it's time to get home, but I guess it was the hit Wicked Game that really made you well known around the world. What was it like when you realized you had this gigantic hit?
There was never really any point when I felt like, whoa, this is it, I got a hit. We just kept touring, and we stayed on a tour bus and traveling around, so it wasn't all of a sudden like I looked at a chart and went, there it is.
Well, it had to be okay for you when you got to do the video. We're going to show a little part of the video, which is rather, it's pretty sexy.
Ross?
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact you think I'm sexy, but I want to point out when you look at the video,
yeah,
I'm in the video too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I know you never noticed that, Ross, before, but I'm in it too, okay?
Oh, well, let's show folks and see if they notice. Notice you. This is a...
Oh, yeah. At least 20 minutes, we really got to know each other and care about each other.
Yeah.
And then, there was oxygen tanks there right on the set, actually.
Well, you did very well. I mean, you never showed that it was tough work.
It's kind of strange to be, you have almost all your clothes off, and you're kind of making love, and there's people there with cameras and stuff, but
sure.
For me, I guess, well, for you, I guess it's something that you go through that pretty often, but for me, that was a strange experience.
Well, you haven't seen my video yet. You'll be most impressed when you do, Chris.
I've heard you have quite a collection, Ross, but we won't get into that.
That's another show. When you come back to San Francisco, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Another thing you do in concert is you bring a lot of women up on stage to dance.
We'll bring women and guys get up there, and we'll just have generally what it is you got to have some talent on the stage. So towards the end of the show, we try to get some talent up there.
Well, I know you have a good time. This is not showing the dancers on the stage. This is showing a little sax playing here, but that sax playing, Chris.
It's probably that damn Johnny Reno.
Yeah, he's good. He plays a mean tenor sax.
Yeah, he's good, I guess. All
right, I want to play just a bit from your new release, San Francisco Days. This is called I Can't Do a Thing to Stop Me. All right? Well, that's a nice song. I noticed you in that video as well.
Yeah, I end up using most of them. Can I sing something to you live there?
I wish you would.
Well, let's do something a little bit here. I got my drummer here backing me up here.
All right.
Ready, buddy?
Let's go.
In beautiful house, in beautiful gardens, with beautiful friends inside. And I stand all alone with that rain falling down, and I stare at your window and I cry. I love you so much. right about there. Jimmy Wilsey, the guitar player, stands up and he goes for it.
That's what. Who's your drummer there? What's your drummer's name?
Kenny.
Kenny
Johnson. Hi, Ross.
How are you, Kenny? Nice to talk with you.
Would you go water my plants over on Clement Street? I haven't been home in 3 months.
Well, you know, the neighbors are talking about all the plants that are drooping around the place, too, I tell you. All right, how come you're never in the videos, Kenny? He's always putting those women in those videos.
He's in the last video.
Oh, well, all right.
Only in the good part.
You know, we got some girls, you probably know this, you know, O'Farrell Theater, Ross?
Yeah.
You know, hey, kind of caught you off guard there. I guess. Well, they told me you're a regular. Anyway,
Yeah, well.
we got the last video, we have the girls from the O'Farrell Theater, a couple of them are in the video dancing.
Uh-huh.
And they actually did, I never had seen this before, I'd heard of it. They actually came out, and he didn't know it, but they did a table dance with Kenny.
Oh, I understand they, well, you know what,
want a table
unfortunately, Chris, we are out of time.
Yeah, I'll bet we
And
are.
we want to be able to tell, we want to tell everybody that it's called San Francisco Days, your new release. You're going to be appearing also at the Concord Pavilion on September 9th and 10th, and the Shoreline Amphitheater September 11th.
Ross, Sherry says hi from the O'Farrell.
Yeah.
She said hi. She said she's got a bunch of her stuff at your house. I don't know.
You know, if
We're out of
she
time?
moved the stuff out, then I can move. Well, that's a whole other
what's
thing.
this mean?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kenny. That's Chris Isaak from New York City, and he's going to be out at the Concord Pavilion, and he'll also be at the Shoreline Amphitheater in September. It's always good to talk with him. I was curious how Sherry was. When we come back, we're going to head to Bayou Country.